Hello Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Libra, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Libra, let's get started. We're going to go over the overall energy for this connection first, then we'll start pulling some tarot. What's the overall energy for this connection? So we do have release your ex. The time has come to clear energy. Okay. Then we have worth waiting for, and then we also have trust. This to me feels like one person's energy. So, you know, this could be your energy. This could be somebody that you were once upon a time dealing with. So just keep that in mind. But it looks like things came to an end here, okay? Now, I am definitely getting like an energy of somebody waiting for someone to come back to them. So you could be waiting for someone to come back to you, Libra, or maybe somebody's waiting for you to come back to them. But I feel like this person's trying their hardest to like keep the hope and the faith, right? That, you know, eventually, you know, this person will come back to them. So this could be you keeping the hope and the faith that this person will come back to you, or maybe somebody that you used to deal with is keeping the hope and the faith that eventually you'll come back to them. But we'll see, of course, what it's, you know, more so leaning towards, because this could be your energy or your person's energy. But we're going to focus on you first, Libra, and then we'll jump over to your person's energy. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed, okay? We're going to start off with you first, and we'll jump over to your person. How does Libra currently view this relationship? Well, I don't feel like you're waiting on anybody to come back to you. It kind of looks like you have officially moved forward and moved on with your life with that Six of Swords energy coming out here. For some of you, you could very well be connecting with someone fairly new. I am definitely getting that, you know, for some of you out there. Or you could be connecting with somebody that you already have a lot of history with. That's also a possibility. But you are definitely moving forward and moving on with your life. And I do see you wanting to essentially build towards a life here with someone. But it's definitely not the person that I was picking up on. This to me feels like somebody completely separate from the person that you want to go off and build and establish a life with, regardless if they're new or if this is somebody that you're already familiar with and have a lot of history with. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay, so we do have the King of Pentacles. We do have the Three of Wands. We have the Four of Cups. And then we also have the Strength card with worth reading for. Libra, this is very similar to the Three of Wands and Tarot. So this is the basically this is the person that I've been picking up on with that Romance Angel deck. There's somebody here that has been waiting on you to resurface back up here for them. I feel like they've been wanting to gravitate towards you though, but I feel like they've been forcing themselves to, you know, stay away from you and not contact you in hopes that eventually you'll contact them. They could very well be a fire sign, strongly so an Aries, Leo, Sag, strong on the Leo. Yeah, strong on Leo, because I am definitely getting that, especially with the Three of Wands to the Strength card. That is Leo energy right there. Of course, this person could be an earth sign strongly, so a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe even a water sign, so a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but I feel like one of the reasons why this person has been staying away from you and not contacting you is because they think that you're just going to turn around and reject them anyways. So they rather sit and wait for you to gravitate towards them instead of them gravitating towards you. Okay. I'm also getting too that despite the fact that things came to an end here, you know, between the two of you, they are very much still, they are very much so still keeping that door cracked open here, you know, for you. It's like they're preventing themselves in a way from like moving forward and moving on with their life and building with someone else because they rather just build with you. Okay. So they're not really making themselves, I would say, available towards building or establishing a life with anybody else. It's basically what I'm getting. But how does Libra currently feel? Okay. When it comes down to the connection that you're currently in, let's talk about the connection that you're currently in, because you're in a connection currently at the moment with someone. And it could be somebody that you're already in a committed relationship with or somebody that you're working towards a committed relationship with. It does appear to me that you have a very normal relationship with this person. You have your good moments with this person. You also have your bad moments with this person. But despite the fact that you do experience, you know, challenging moments with this person, you know, it kind of looks like you're you know, for the most part, pretty dead set on this person and remaining with them, and continuing to be with them and build with them. I think that, you know, you're very realistic when it comes down to knowing you're going to have some challenging and difficult moments with this person that you're currently connecting with, but you're very determined to make the relationship work either which way, which to me, I really like this energy that I'm seeing here because it goes both ways. It's an energy you're harnessing, but it's also an energy that your person's harnessing. You guys are very realistic when it comes down to your relationship with one another. You guys don't have like unrealistic expectations upon one another or your relationship with one another. You guys know that you guys are going to experience some really good times with one another, and you guys also know that you're going to experience some challenging times with one another, but you guys are very determined to make this relationship work either which way, which I really, really do like, because we don't really see that often, especially in this day and age. You know, the moment things get challenging and hard, people are very quick to just walk away and give up. We don't really see you or your person doing that, which is really, really nice to see. How does this person currently feel? Oh man. So we have the Ace of Swords to the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is a truth that they've been essentially fighting and refusing to accept when it comes down to you, okay? Unfortunately for them, it does appear to me that they're not going to really get the outcome that they want in this particular situation. And I feel like that's something that they've been fighting, as well as, you know, refusing to basically accept. And it looks like they've been doing this for quite some time now, Libra, as far as like fighting this truth for quite some time now is concerned. It does appear to me that it is over between the two of you, and it does appear to them that it is over between the two of you. I just kind of feel like this is a hard pill, you know what I mean, for this person to swallow. I think that this is a hard thing for this person to basically accept. With the Ten of Swords, you know, I feel like this person is extremely devastated that it is officially over between the two of you. I feel like so much time may have essentially passed, and you know, they have yet to hear from you. You guys have yet to work things out with one another. So again, unfortunately for them, you know, I do see this person just accepting the fact that, okay, like, you know, it's done between the two of you. You guys are not going to pick up where you guys left off with one another. This is not going to play out in their favor. You know, I am definitely getting that. Now, in all fairness, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out here, this is basically that card that basically represents this is not happening to you. This is happening for you. In other words, it's understandable as to why this person, you know, would have wanted the two of you to essentially work things out with one another. It's understandable. You know, this is somebody who loved you. This is somebody who cared for you deeply. This is somebody who, you know, wanted to essentially build a life, you know, with you. And it's understandable as to why they're not taking all of this so well. It's understandable as to why they're probably very angry and frustrated and hurt by all of this. But with the Wheel of Fortune coming out here, again, it's that symbol of this is not happening to you. This is happening for you, which is basically insinuating that, look, at the end of the day, you may not be the person for them, and they might not be the person for you. But there is definitely somebody out there for them. This is one of those situations where this person really needs to, like, you know, trust the process. They may not understand why all of this is happening to them now, but later on they definitely will. I just kind of feel like that's what it is, you know, is that, you know, you may not be, you know, meant for them, and this person may not be meant for you, and that's okay, you know. But I feel like later on, you know what I mean, this person will understand why, you know, things fell apart and it didn't really, you know, work out the way that they essentially wanted, you know, it to. All right, what actions will Libra take towards this person or moving forward? Okay. So we do have the Eight of Cups, okay? We do have the Hangman, and then we also have the Lovers out here, okay? I do want to look at the Eight of Cups really quickly here before I say anything. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups. All right, so we do have the Ace of Cups to the Hierophant, yeah. And then we also have the Six of Cups. You know, when it comes down to, you know, this person from your past, you know, it kind of looks like your mind is essentially made up. You know, you're walking away from the relationship, and it doesn't look like you have any sort of intentions of going back to this connection here that you were once upon a time a part of, especially now. especially now. I mean, you currently find yourself connecting with someone that, you know, you see a lot of potential with, that you really, really do love, that you really, really do want to be with. So as far as you revisiting this connection from your past is concerned, it just doesn't appear to me as an option, you know, in your mind, okay? What actions will this person take towards Libra or moving forward? Okay, let's see. So we have the Empress, we have the Knight of Cups, and then we also have the Four of Cups. Okay, well, I feel like everything that this person is doing at this point is just fighting it. Fighting it and fighting it and fighting it and fighting it, unfortunately. With the Empress to the Knight of Cups coming out here to the Four of Cups, because this person has yet to like receive communication from you, because you have yet to gravitate towards them, we do see them harnessing the energy of, you know what, let me just gravitate towards Libra. Let me just try one more time. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, then fine. It doesn't work out, and then I'll turn around and just accept that. But I feel like this is a cycle that they've been in, okay, since this, you know, relationship or marriage came to an end here between the two of you. It's the whole, let me try one more time, and if it doesn't work out, I'll let it go. And then, you know, they start falling into the energy of, I'm just going to let it go, I'm just going to let it go. And then something comes over them, and then they're right back at square one. Well, let me just try one more time, and let me just see what happens, you know. And they try one more time, and things don't play out the way that they want it to, and they fall back into this energy of, well, I just got to let it go, I got to let go, I got to let it go. And then they fall back into that energy of, well, let me just try one more time. It's the definition of insanity at this point, is basically what I'm getting in reference to what this person's doing. It's like they continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, and they don't end up with a different outcome. Again, I understand why this person keeps trying. I understand why this person refuses to give up on you and what they want. I understand that, you know. This is somebody, like I said, who loves you and sees a lot of potential between the two of you and would love to continue to build with you. But it's one of those... It's one of those, you know, things where at some point they're going to have to accept this truth. As much as they don't want to, they're going to have to accept this truth that it's just not going to work out, you know, between the two of you. They're just not going to get the outcome that they want. And again, none of this is happening to them. It's happening for them. I feel like, you know, the universe is trying to push this person in a completely different direction, which is very, very far from you, right? And what they once upon a time had with you, but they just continue to put up a fight time and time again. You see what I mean? Everything that this person's doing, unfortunately, to themselves is only hurting them. You know what I mean? In the end, it's only really hurting them in the end, because they continue to not get the outcome that they want with you, you know. And it's very evident to me that you're moving on with your life. It's not even an option for you to like revisit this. So this is why I'm saying, like, I think that everything that they are unfortunately doing to themselves is definitely hurting them, but you will receive communication from them. You will definitely receive communication from them. Do they think that, you know, you're going to give in and have a conversation with them? No, but it's the whole, well, let me just try one more time and see what happens, you know? All right, let's see what the romance angels have to say. Okay, double confirmation that you will end up hearing from this person very soon. We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this is just acting as a double confirmation. Then we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. This to me kind of feels like it's more so referring to this connection that you currently find yourself in. You're trying to manifest and create a life with someone into fruition. And it kind of looks like you're very focused on that connection and what you want with that particular person and what you're trying to build with that particular person. Again, going back to this connection from your past is just, it's just not an option in your mind. It's not even an option. And at some point, this person's going to have to accept that. Although I understand that it's going to hurt them, because it is definitely going to hurt them. I mean, come on, this is like besides the point. I mean, look at this. It's pretty bad. Like, they're going to have to accept this, that it is over and done with. You know, between the two of you. I'm also getting that from the start, this person knew for whatever reason that it was just never going to work out between the two of you. Could have been like a gut feeling. It could have been like their intuition telling them all this, but they knew from the start. That's kind of telling me that they knew from the start this relationship between the two of you, it just wasn't going to work out for whatever reason. Because this is telling me that this person had a lot of worry and concern from the start of their relationship with you. And every time you see the Nine of Swords right next to the Ten of Swords, that represents, you know, an energy of whatever it is that you're worried and concerned is going to essentially happen. More than likely will happen with this particular card right next to it. If this person had like the Ten of Swords that says everything is fine, because there's two Ten of Swords in this tarot deck. There's a Ten of Swords that says the Ten of Swords at the bottom, and then there's the Ten of Swords that says everything is fine. And that's just Spirit's way of telling you like, hey, what you're worried and concerned about, it's not going to actually come into fruition. But when you get this particular card, that's Spirit's way of saying whatever it is that you are worried and concerned about, more than likely will come into fruition. So they knew from the start that this relationship wasn't going to work. They knew from the start that this entire situation will eventually blow up in their face, and they would end up getting hurt and disappointed in the end. It just kind of looks like they chose to not listen to that gut feeling or trust their intuition. You see what I mean? Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean that, you know, from the start, they knew that you were going to like betray them or deceive them or hurt them or whatever. Like, you know, this could just simply be a case of them just knowing deep down inside that this relationship between the two of you just simply wasn't going to work. It could be that simple. Of course, it could be that simple. And maybe that's what they were feeling, that they knew that this relationship between the two of you just wasn't going to work, but because they wanted what they wanted with you, they decided to proceed forward either which way. And that gut feeling that they got in the very beginning, or what their intuition was telling them from the start of this dynamic between the two of you, was basically right all along. You know what I mean? And listen, I think that we've all been there, done that. You know, I think that we've all met someone that we really wanted to be with and build towards a life with, but our intuition was telling them this is, you know, telling us that's not the person for you, but because we want to be with that person so badly, we, you know, ignore it, and then eventually, you know, we're forced to accept it, you know, because your intuition is one thing that'll never lie to you. It'll never betray you. It'll never deceive you. And I just kind of feel like this person was being warned from the start. You know, whether that was their guides telling them, the signs, their, you know, intuition, their gut feeling, like they were being warned about this from the start. And it kind of looks like they just chose to not listen, which we can't really fault them. I think that we've all been there, done that. But I think moving forward, it is in this person's best interest. And when they get this overwhelming feeling like it's just not going to work out, or maybe that person's not for me, they should really trust that feeling and listen to that feeling, and move forward accordingly. So that way they're not finding themselves in these predicaments time and time again with people. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.